Intercessors of the Trinity. Healing through the power of prayer. John 5:6 Jesus said, "Do you want to be healed?" This video is John's testimony given Tuesday evening. Pancreatic cancer in remission through prayer.
It's always a surprise here. You never know what's going to happen. The only thing I know that for sure is going to happen here, they're going to pass the offering box. But other than that, so my testimony tonight begins with the words 30 days. 30 days. A year ago, in July 2020, my 30-day sentence came for me. 30 days sounds like a sentence a judge would give you for a misdemeanor crime. Maybe you were crossing the line or some reckless driving. Well, my 30 days came from a different judge. It came from a doctor. And it came in the form of a phone call. And that day he was my judge. And he said, "John, you have stage 4 pancreatic cancer. You have 30 days. 30 days. And so I took that, and I decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and continue with my life in a typical male way. And 2 weeks later, I found myself in a local bar playing free poker. And on that particular night, I actually won the free poker prize of $80. Which covered my vegetarian diet of 2 Budweisers, jalapeno poppers, and some French fries. Yes, a vegan. And, but that night was a special night. You see, for that night when I was driving home, and I was just thinking about a winning poker hand, and I was just focusing on anything but cancer, is when he came in. He came in as an image, just ahead of a man, with long hair, one eye open, one eye closed. The one eye that was open was a combination of both sea and sky in terms of color. And the one eye that was closed hid some secret from me. Hid something that I was not supposed to know. But you see, that night, I said, well, I don't need an oncologist. I need a shrink, because I thought I was hallucinating. Somehow this was some sort of imaginary thing that people with stage 4 pancreatic cancer go through. But you see, on that night, intuitively I knew that if I failed to respect this image, if I insult this image, that my very life would be determined on that hot summer night. So needless to say, I began to praise and worship this image, and I could never understand why this image of God would come to me, of Christ, in such a suffering way. I was hoping I would get a bright light, or at least some dazzles, maybe some fireworks, but none of that would come my way. Instead, you see, on that hot summer night, Jesus Christ himself took on stage 4 pancreatic cancer, which statistically has, as everyone knows in here, a survival rate of less than 2% per year, and the overall rate over a 5-year period approaches 0. But that all changed, because the probable became possible, and the impossible became my new reality. For today I received my results, and my blood work was perfect, as everyone knows, with a cancer score rate of less than 19. So, thank you so much.
God showed up in a big way. Big way. Pay attention, okay? John stepped into it. all of us, sometimes it's not easy to step into all this stuff. And again, so God shows up. It's not about Deacon Brian praying over it. It's about you learning how to step into a relationship with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I don't know of any place and I know I'll hear it because I always hear it all the time. I don't know any place in the Bible where it says that God gave people illness and stuff. Now, there are illnesses and stuff that happen as a result of people turning their back on God. You know, there's a law called the sowing and reaping. So, you know, I hold on to unforgiveness, or I hold on to things, or I murmur against God, and you know, I mean, these are sinful things that turn to fear, and you know, disease and things come, and we see that, don't we? But in the New Testament, we hear quite clearly. Susan, when was the last time that Jesus gave you a snake or a scorpion or poison? Never. Did you hear that? Never. And again, he's a good God. He wants to set you free of all the things that are tormenting you, no matter what it is, whether it's something physical, emotional, or spiritual.
Thank you for watching our video. Please pray for our ministry. If you feel moved to donate, please go to our website intercessorsofthetrinity.org. Look for the donate button or mailing address.